Heart of a crowded city, surrounded by tall buildings, rushing people, and endless noise, lived a man named Rafiq, a beggar. His clothes were torn, his hair was messy, and his hands trembled constantly, maybe from hunger, maybe from hopelessness. No one really knew. Every morning, he sat quietly beside a busy traffic signal, holding a rusty tin bowl. Thousands of feet passed him, but not a single pair of eyes ever stopped to look. To the world, he wasn't a human being. He was only a shadow on the street. But deep inside, Rafiq carried a pain no one could see, a painful belief that he was born to suffer, that nothing good could ever happen in his life. And then, one day, everything changed. One hot afternoon, the sun burned through the dusty air. Cars lined up at the red signal, and among them, a luxurious white car stopped right beside Rafiq. The window slowly rolled down. A man in his mid-40s looked at him with sharp, confident eyes. His name was Mr. Kamran, a successful businessman, known for discipline, success, and the kind of focus only years of hard work can create. But instead of giving money, Kamran did something no one expected. He stepped out of his car, right there, at the traffic signal. He knelt down, bringing himself to Rafiq's eye level, and asked softly, "Why are you begging?" Rafiq looked away, ashamed. "Sir, nobody will give me a job. I have nothing. No education, no clothes, no home." Cameron didn't pity him. He simply placed a notebook and a pen on the ground in front of him. "Start with this," he said. "Write down what you can do, not what you can't." Rafiq stared at him in confusion. "Sir, people give money, not notebooks." Cameron smiled gently. "Money ends, skills don't." And as the signal turned green, he walked back to his car, leaving behind a beggar holding a notebook and a new seed of hope. For the first time in years, someone had spoken to Rafiq with respect. That night, Rafiq couldn't sleep. His stomach was empty, but his heart felt strangely full. Full of questions, full of possibilities. He opened the notebook. The first page was blank, just like his life. He thought for a long time, then wrote the first sentence of his new beginning. "I can clean things." It felt silly, small, almost meaningless, but it was true. And truth is always a beginning. The next morning, Rafiq borrowed a small broom from a nearby tea stall owner and began cleaning the area around the signal. People noticed. Some smiled, a few gave coins, not out of pity, but out of respect, because they weren't seeing a beggar anymore. They were seeing a man trying to stand up again. Day after day, Rafiq cleaned the streets, even when he was sick, even when no one was watching. A week later, the tea stall owner said, "Rafiq, if you clean around my shop every day, I'll pay you 150 rupees daily." It was the first real income Rafiq had earned in years. That night, he wrote in his notebook, "I can work hard." 3 months passed.
Rafiq saved a little money and bought his own broom, mop, and cleaning cloths. Then he started offering nearby shopkeepers, "I'll clean your shutters every morning. Pay me whatever you think is fair." Some refused, some agreed. Some paid late, some didn't pay at all. But Rafiq didn't stop. That notebook had become his teacher, and he was following it page by page. 6 months later, something amazing happened. Rafiq had 8 regular shops paying him monthly. He woke up at 5 a.m. every day, cleaned every store, and went home tired but proud. People no longer called him a beggar, they called him Rafiq Bai. He wrote in his notebook, "I can grow." A year passed. Rafiq rented a small room, bought more cleaning tools, and hired a young boy from the street, because he didn't want anyone to live the life he lived. He taught him everything: cleaning, honesty, punctuality. Lessons he didn't learn from school, but from pain. Soon he had 3 workers. Together they cleaned 20 shops daily. Rafiq officially registered his small business, Rafiq's Cleaning Services. 3 years later, one morning, while Rafiq supervised his team, a familiar white car stopped nearby. Cameron stepped out, and for a moment he couldn't recognize the man in front of him. Rafiq stood tall, clean, well-dressed, confident. His eyes filled with tears as he held up the old notebook, now full of hundreds of pages. "Sir, this book changed my life. I don't beg anymore. I run my own business with 5 employees." Cameron put a hand on his shoulder and smiled. "I didn't give you a job. I just reminded you of your worth. You did the rest." Rafiq wiped his tears. "Thank you for believing in me when I couldn't believe in myself." Cameron nodded proudly. "This city has many beggars, Rafiq, but courage like yours is rare." And that day, the city witnessed something greater than money. It witnessed transformation, because sometimes all a broken person needs is someone who sees the light inside the darkness.